Beaters, widows, balls, and goals, how are we all doing? Let's have a bit of fun. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look at some clips from Smug Puppy. I'm going to look at some clips from Really Haunted, just to see if we can get some debunks or work out how things are being done. Now, it's interesting to note, the Smug Puppy's description now says, feel free to use any of our videos on our channel for your channel's content. All we ask is that you clearly credit our channel as the source. Now, when I first did some videos on Smug Puppy, he hit me with a copyright claim. But I'll give credit where credit is due. After he hit me with the copyright, he sent me an email apologising. He was like, I've looked into the copyright, I shouldn't have done it, I do apologise, won't happen again, make sure you credit us. Fair enough, he's the only person ever to have done that, fair play to him. Now the disclaimer has changed, where it says for entertainment purposes only, but then it conflicts. The paranormal videos presented on this channel are uploaded here for entertainment purposes only. We strive to capture captivating immersive content of the activity in our home. The nature of the paranormal phenomena is subjective. I've read this before, but basically it's like, for entertainment purposes only, but it could be real. Make your own mind up. So somehow, recently, Smug Puppy have come into contact with a haunted teddy bear. Mr. Cuddles. Screams. Scary paranormal activity there, right? Now, somebody actually inboxed me about this video and they were like, I think I've debunked it. And fair play, they had. They thought it may be a green screen suit. I don't think that's what's going on here, but they were right. There's something wrong with the lighting, and that gives this away as fake. We'll take a look now. They're going into full-on parody now, aren't they? Which I'm fine with. If you want to parody the paranormal, have at it. Just be honest about it. They've already made a bit of a mistake there. I mean, his ear goes see-through there for some reason. Or not see-through, there's just... What is that? But even before it starts moving, before Kaylee comes through the door, watch this shadow. Right, let me make this bigger for you guys. So we're looking at the shadow there. We hear Kaylee coming down the stairs, but watch the shadow of the bear's ear before it starts to move. There. So a little wobble there, and it happens there. Yet the bear isn't moving, so there's two videos playing at the same time. There's some form of masking. I can't see where the mask is, so the ears aren't moving. The shadow is. Physically impossible. I don't know if we get a closer look at that bear to see what that is there, but yeah. Now, she runs up with a big grin on her face, giving it away. And she hoofs it. And screams at it. It's funny, watch. F off! But they cock it up. You just saw it there. So Kaylee runs in and kicks the bear. And there's something up with the lighting. Watch this section. Now, that's not her shadow that's caused that. Because she doesn't have a straight edge. The human body isn't straight. That is some form of mask over the video. And it's down there as well. It's like a triangular type shape. And it's there across the floor. Look at that. What could cause that light, which is from that window, I believe, to move like that? This video is two separate videos playing at once. And the mask is just broken there. But it's not just the mask they've cocked up, it's the light. They do have a living room light on up there. But this big window in the middle of the day is bleeding sunlight in. But through the day, the sun moves, which is why this has happened. So yeah, look, it's a clear triangular shaped mask there. and then the mask pulls back as she hoofs it. They'd have been better off just attaching a string to it. I don't know why they've done this. They'd have been better off just attaching a string to it, yoinking it, and then yoinking it a different direction. I don't understand all that masking. I mean, the bear's ass moves. That chair, maybe she's nudged that chair, but everything on the table is shifted, or looks like it's shifted. It hasn't. It's the sunlight coming in through the window. That's why that mask looks so odd. It's because they filmed one portion of it earlier in the day or later in the day, and then the portion of her running in and hoofing the thing at a different time of the day. The sun has moved and created different shadows. So the mask just stands. You can see it there. The light has changed on the wall. It looks like this stuff on the table's shunted. It hasn't. I think it's just the light has moved it and makes it look like a shunting. So this frame, bang. Mask. There. Why? There's somebody behind there has moved that bay and then tried to get out a shot, and the mask has absolutely failed. So I think it's because of the sunlight coming in why the mask is so obvious. But it doesn't make any sense if she's just going to kick it and it's already stopped in its motion. It's because there was somebody in this portion of the video somewhere pulling the bear about, and while they're getting out a shot, that's happened. Perfectly straight lines. No straight lines in nature. Now the mask is dropped. She hoofs the bear. No more mask breaks. Ah, there we go. That dark spot there, that shouldn't be there. That is darker than anything else on the screen. That shouldn't be there. That's a masking slip as well. That bear isn't really there. That's... This entire bear movement, I mean, his ears disappeared there. This bear's been completely added in. This is two videos playing at the same time, and the bear's been overlaid over the top. I think what they've actually done is this bear is actually green screened in until the point where she boots it. And that's where the mask was. They got a green screen and it's draped across the floor. The lighting has changed. What is she doing? This is a crime against teddy bears. Ruxpin's gonna be pissed. Is this where she batters it? She got a lightsaber. Is she gonna cut his head off?
What do you want? Who are you? Are you evil?
Let's see if there's something, I mean, apart from the straight edge cut across the top of the teddy bear's head there. So what I think they've done for this section, the head drops forward, is they've tried to rotoscope it, but they've just gone lazy and maybe keyframed the first and the last frame, and everything in between just left it auto move, and that's where that straight line has come in. It's just shoddy. Ah, you're probably better off not of slow-mo in this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is the laziest rotoscoping I've ever seen. Shadows alt cock, it drops forward, straight line, straight cut. Now, I said rotoscoping. On my editing software, it's not called rotoscoping, it's just called magic masking or masking. Go to my color page, AI magic mask, tracker, window. All of these things are what I would use to rotoscope. So, rotoscoping, you would get a point there and you'd click. And then you'd click all the way around in a series of dots. And those dots would have a line on them. Basically, you mask all around that figure. Then you go to the next frame. And then you start to pull the dots. So you can either mask this image in or out. And you put whatever you want in. So how would you use that? Well, If I was to rotoscope around me or magic mask around me, so only I am available, so I could have somebody in the background throwing stuff, lifting stuff and all the rest of it. So I just mask around me and then I put it over a clean slate of the room with everything as it is, but not me in here. And then I paste me over the top of it, and it'll just be me cut out and say the glove or whatever is moving. It appears my editing software, every time I open the magic mask, is crashing, but basically I cut around me, film the background, somebody can do whatever they want behind me because I'll have cut myself out and just pasted me and whatever's moved into the video. 2 videos playing at once, masking. That's what they've done, and the reason you've got these straight lines is they've gone the rotoscoping route, which is frame by frame cutting. It's long, laborious task, and they basically couldn't be bothered to track this thing's movement frame by frame, and they've just pulled a shape down. Yeah, look, the shadow there, it shouldn't just be appearing like that from that little micro movement. So you go, this whole teddy bear thing with them, it's the usual bullcacker, I'm afraid. You may not want to be showing this weapon on YouTube. It's against terms of service, I believe, to show a weapon like that. I got nothing. I mean, apart from brandishing a weapon and making your dog go completely insane. That was stupid. So I'm told Really Haunted is going to be doing live streams on his channel now. I can't see any live streams. There's no posts about doing live streams. Maybe he said in one of these videos. Absolute carnage. Poltergeist goes crazy. Okay, so let's see how this chair moves. The biggest issue we've got is there could just be simply somebody behind it, just launches it. I mean, Lee's a big dude. I assume his son is a big dude. But anyway, frame by frame. See if something comes into shot. What's that? What is that? Now see, this chair's hit the curtain, but why would there be a straight line across there? That white line that's only there for a couple of frames makes zero sense. Now it could be that the curtain is lifted a bit and it's let daylight in from outside. But why only for 2 frames? That's a bit longer than 2. That makes no sense. And I don't understand these really white spots. I think there was already a mistake there. If I frame by frame this, the shadow around this table, the bottle, everything loses focus. Basically, this is a still image now. While this is blurry and we got all this pixelation and it's more of a clear image and there's shadowing, this is a recorded video. But as soon as we get to this section, bang, something snaps on and the shadow disappears. All of the digital artifacting disappears. The bottle's lost all definition. There. And then all of that digital artifacting, I'm kicking frames here. You should be able to use my mouse kicking. This white line makes no sense unless it's hit the curtain and the curtain is lifted. And then there's natural light bleeding in from outside under a gap in the curtain. But only 2 frames? And we still don't have a shadow or any definition there. No pixelation there. There we do. If I shrink this image back down to its regular size, there's black pixelation dots all around the wall there. Once that chair hits a certain point, as in the point of no return, and whoever's pulled it can get out of the way of the mask, we suddenly got digital artifacting everywhere. But for a number of frames, there's artifact in there. We can see it on this cushion and stuff. Artifact in there. The artifact snaps on there. And suddenly everything stops. Once this chair is in motion, There's no digital artifacting up there. Meaning, this is a still image, not a video. There's nothing back there. There should be artifacting everywhere there, and there's not. The chair reaches its tipping point, and then suddenly we've got digital artifacting. That should have been there the entire time. There's two videos playing at the same time. All the way through this now, we've got this digital artifacting. Digital artifacting, it's natural. It's not artifacting that's added in. The fact that the artifacting stops means there's something odd gone on there. Masking. They've overlaid a still image in there somewhere to hide whoever's pulled that chair over. So the curtain's moving here, and we don't get that same white line across the floor. He doesn't need any masking or anything for this bit. Somebody just launched a chair from off camera.
You coward.
Brace yourselves, it's loud. Why did the artifacting freeze around this area when that chair was moving?
That scared the absolute shit out of me.
That scared the absolute shit out of me, and then you hear more things get thrown quite loud, and he hasn't reacted in the slightest to it. That should be odd. He's actually started showing us behind the cabinet these days.
The drawer again.
I'm always suspicious of the way he walks into a room. He's had that noise and he hasn't run. He's slowly taking his time into that room. And then he hugs this kitchen island really close. There's camera facing away. Whoever was in there is gone now. I don't know if there was a cut that I've missed. I don't think so. Why have you just got a pair of socks in the corner? Not making any jokes, I'll get in trouble.
The drawer again.
And now he's moving out backwards. So what I think he's done there is he's walked in with the camera and he's hugged and hugged and hugged. Done that. And whoever was in there that's been throwing stuff around is now behind him. So he walks out backwards so that person can scarper off without being captured on camera. What he needs to do to prove this is real is show the other camera angle that he's got in the living room. If you had these two cameras side by side showing it exactly where he is at all times, or I've been wrong about it the entire time, it's really a ghost and I need to retire. Some people are going to be well happy with that thought. So there we go, some little debunks on Really Haunted and Smug Puppy, both of them using masking techniques. So you may have noticed in that video, I didn't make any jokes. I didn't take any shots, didn't call anyone a tit. How was that experience for you, the viewer? Because right now there are people saying that I am a bully for calling people a tit or having a bit of a go at these fakers and charlatans, whilst they're calling me fat, etc. Fine. If you want to call me fat, if you want to insult my penis size, if you want to say my beard looks shit, I'm old, I'm past it, have at it. Have at it. This is me complaining that people are calling me names. This isn't me having a whine about people calling me names. What this is irony. People are sat there saying Beardo's a fat, bullying, narcissistic prick and all of these things, not realising they're doing the exact same thing they're accusing me of. A few people have said, oh, Beardo's crying about Ben's and Side-Eye Guy's comment section. I'm not crying about it. I am pissed that there are some people like Jeanette, who is in my comment section, saying people are besmirching your good name. You need to defend yourself, whilst they're in those comment sections. Sleating me. That is just underhanded and not warranted, really. And it highlights a level of stupidity. And the reason I told Ben to look at his comment section is, if people are going to call me a bully and all the rest of it, be aware of your own comment section. I'm not asking him to remove comments. I'm not asking anyone to take comments down like people have said. It is just literally, if I'm going to get called a bully, look at the comments, because the same thing is happening. People are doing the exact same thing that I do, and then complaining that I'm complaining about us all doing the same thing. It's not going to change anything. I've done one video like this. If the majority of my audience are happy for me to continue and not make the jokes and not take shots at what are essentially a bunch of liars and fakers, then obviously my content needs to change, but I'm going to get bored of that real quick. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Much love to you all. Beardo out.